everybody. My name is Sheila James, and I am the manager for Teen Science Cafe. Teen Science Cafe is a program for the teens by the teens. It allows teens in a very informal cafe style environment to learn about different STEM careers, the people who are in those careers, what steps it took for them to get there. They can ask questions and they can just see, is this something that I might want to do? Teen Science Cafes are run by teenagers with an adult mentor who is like the coach or the guide on the side, who stays in the background, encouraging, offering advice, and helping them to navigate how to host a cafe, how to invite adults to their cafe, working with the other teen leadership members to decide what questions they might ask of their guests, and then working the room for other teens who are participating in the cafes. So Teen Science Cafe was originally formatted to be for high schoolers, 9th through 12th grade. This year, we will be working with, for our 25-26 program, we will be working with programs who also have middle schoolers, and working with them to do sort of a mentoring process where the high schoolers are mentoring to the middle schoolers how to host a cafe, and working with them and mentoring them so that by the time they get to high school, is something that they will have the skill set and the experience to do on their own. We have cafes all over the country, and it really depends on the interest of the teenagers. We have cafes in aquariums, and those might be youth who are interested in all of the behind the scenes steps that go into working in an aquarium. We have cafes in libraries. We have cafes in museums. We have cafes in science centers. We have cafes in regular community programs and out of school time programs. Teens can decide to speak with adults and learn about anything that just interests them, from food engineering to agricultural engineering to maybe radio engineering, whatever their hearts desire. The cafe is set up so that they can invite those adults into the cafe in an informal setting. And the thing that makes me excited about Teen Science Cafe is that it's not a lecture, it's not a sit and get. It is actually an adult who's having a candid conversation with youth about the path that they took to end up where they are today. Well, I have a tendency to tell adults youth voice is not, I want to sit next to Sheila, or I want apples for snack instead of grapes. Youth voice is the adult in the program actually sitting down with the youth and allowing them to voice their opinions, to share their ideas, to take the lead, and to navigate with the assistance of an adult, but not the adult taking over. When talking with adults, like right now, we're in the process of interviewing programs for new cafes. One of the questions that I ask the adults is, how comfortable are you and your staff with letting a youth lead? I actually had one program who said, "Oh, we've never done that. We usually do the work and just allow them to, help or have some input." And I said, "Oh, well, that's not what a cafe is. Youth voice is stepping back and allowing those youth to be in that position to lead, giving them the voice to say what they want, to voice their opinions, to say, I don't like that. This is something that I want to do." I think for a program to be successful in implementing youth voice, they have to let the isms go. They have to let the adultism go. I'm the adult, therefore you have to listen to me. Or I'm the adult, I know better. They have to let that go. They have to accept that this young person has a mind of their own. They have their own thoughts. They have their own ideas. They have their own way of doing things and way of being. And youth voice is an adult who is letting all of that come out, but guiding that youth to say, well, maybe you might want to think about it this way, or maybe you might want to think about it that way. Not saying no, you have to do it this way, or you have to do it that way. One of the trainings I've done is actually I work with youth and adults, and we did this 4-corner activity talking about respect, and just helping adults see that through the years, respect has a completely different lens now for the generations that we're working with. And a lot of those isms that adults bring in with them, they're not going to work, because youth are going to say, no, I don't like that. And as an adult, they have to let go. Well, I'm the adult, you can't tell me that. Okay, you don't like that, tell me why, tell me how we can fix it. That's what youth voice is, embracing that and just letting them be able to say those things and not feel like they're going to be chastised or punished for voicing their opinions. And we have a lot of adults who haven't evolved, I'll say, and haven't accepted that as a young person, they do have ideas, they do have desires, they do have likes and dislikes, and it's just being able to allow them to express that. And again, you got to let the adultism thing go. So I think the first one would be listen to hear and not listen to respond. Um, if a youth is talking to you and you're already thinking about how you're going to respond, you're not hearing them, you're not allowing them to voice what they're really trying to say. So listen to hear and not listen to respond. The second one would be don't be afraid of change. Change is hard, and as an adult, in our minds, we have this picture of what we think programming should look like, and that is usually the adult being in charge. So not being afraid of change and allowing the youth to have the space. And then the third thing would be oh, this is a hard one. The third thing would probably be just have fun, accept your youth for who they are, where they are, without any preconceived notions of what you think they should be doing or where you think they should be or how you think they should. Just accept them where they are. Give the youth the stage, give them opportunities. And for some programs, this would be a big change. So start small. Again, youth voice is more than I want apples instead of oranges. Give them responsibilities, give them the steps to execute those responsibilities, step back and let them do it. And it could be something small. They could plan a portion of programming to start. Just the first 5 minutes of opening, let them do that. Let them sit down, plan out, what would be the perfect way to open programming. Let them do it. Easy, easy peasy. And then you can take over for the rest of the day. Teen Science Cafes are, I think, well, I'm probably biased, but I think Teen Science Cafes are one of the best ways to showcase youth voice, because youth are literally planning their cafes from start to finish. And it gives them this sense of accomplishment and responsibility to look and see, oh my gosh, I planned this. We had this expert and they came in and they talked, and then their peers are participating. And Teen Science Cafes can be implemented into current programming without additional funding, without additional staff. It is just folks who are participating in the cafe. You go in the gym and do your thing, just like you would if they were going outside or going to art or going someplace else. Teen Science Cafe fits into any type of program.